Okay, there you are. Is my volume up? Looks like my volume is up. Okay. Hello, everybody. Joe here, and happy Tuesday. So today's video is a tiny tidy. It is a collab hosted by my friend Sunday Dawn at the Helpful Home. So, hi Jen. I can't do my tiny tidy. Um. So, anybody new popping into this and or sees this? Um. I do tidies, but I also talk about minimalism and chronic illness, and I just try to be raw and honest. And for this tiny tidy, there's actually a couple of things that I want to do. So it's gonna be like multiple very teeny tiny tidies, if you all are interested in that. So the first thing I want, that means I'm gonna be moving the tripod around a lot. So if you get motion sickness, just keep that in mind. So let's get started. First thing I want to do is oh yeah. So if you see my bed right now, and if you didn't know, I recently upgraded to a queen bed. And so somebody I know had an extra flat sheet and fitted sheet I could use. But basically, my duvet and my duvet cover and like my pillowcase and my sham are from when I had a twin bed. But as of last night, somebody was able to go to the store for me and get a queen duvet cover and a queen duvet insert. And I'll probably use the duvet shams as my pillowcases. And then sometime this week we'll get the sheets and pillowcases that I want. And then the flat sheet and the fitted sheet will either be extra or go back to the person who's letting me use them if they want them back. But with that in mind, I should be getting. Hello, this is a tiny tidy, and so for this tidy, I'm going to. Actually, I was gonna do this. I did that all explanation, and I changed my mind. I was gonna take the duvet cover off my bed so it could be washed. Since I'm getting the proper size duvet tonight. But plans change, and I don't not 100% sure that it's gonna happen tonight. So I think for now it's early enough in the day that I'm gonna leave it until I know for sure that I'm getting my new stuff tonight. And okay, so let's change directions. We're gonna tidy the closet instead. So I have these two books that I want to read. I have my iPad and my chargers, and these I want to put in my nightstand and not have in my closet anymore. So I'm gonna take you guys around, and we're gonna do that. So let's see. I like to keep medications and supplements down here. So I'm going to keep the books I want to read and my iPad and chargers in here too. Because usually with that stuff, it's stuff I'm doing while I'm in bed. So that's done. The next tidying I want to do in my closet is to shift some things around. So these headphones and my DVDs are going to get moved over to the other side of my closet. Because that's where my DVD player is that I don't use all the time, and where my gaming stuff is. So we're gonna put all of it, instead of having it separated, we're gonna put it all next to each other and have it make more sense. Oh yeah, that makes much more sense. That's so much better. Okay. Trying to get the camera. See? Now all my gaming stuff is right there. That makes me very happy. That's much better. Okay, everybody. And then the last thing I'm going to do for Tiny Tidy is I need to decide where I'm going to have it on display. I'm going to put it in my sentimental box. So this is a picture of me and a family member when I was a kid. And I know I had said, if you saw my previous Tiny Tidy last week, well, I did part of my closet, which is why I named this part 2. I said I was getting rid of all my photos, but this photo in this frame, I am keeping. So I've had changed my mind, and I'm keeping this one. So it's gonna have to either go in my sentimental box, or I'm gonna have to display it or something. But it's being kept. And then I still use DVDs and Blu-rays. I'm not completely digital. Yeah, me too. So I'm not completely digital, and I was recently given these DVDs about was it 2 months ago? It was before I had pneumonia, so it must have been going on like 2 months ago now. And this Miss Fisher Mortimer series, it's set in like the 1920s. It's very good. Highly recommend. I believe it's either on BritBox or Acorn if you're interested. But for me, how I decide on what I want to keep when it comes to a DVD or a Blu-ray, I don't want everything on DVD and Blu-ray. I do a lot of streaming services. I do a lot of digital. But for me, there are things that I watch in such heavy rotation that because streaming services, either they phase stuff out. Oh, hi, Colette. Because streaming services sometimes phase stuff out or gets rotated out and rotated back in, there are some things that I want to be able to watch, whether it's digital or on a streaming service or not, which is why one of the reasons why I still do DVDs and Blu-rays. So it's not for everybody. The people I live with have gone completely digital, so their stuff is either downloaded or they use streaming services. But for me, it's why I still own a DVD Blu-ray player and still have them, because I'm just not there yet. I still like to have these things. But what I have done, now that I'm Tiny Tidying finished, I can explain this to you. But what I have done is I have all my DVDs and Blu-rays in this case. So you'll see they're all here. And what I've done is, not when I moved across country this last time, but when I moved cross country the time before, Exactly, Colette. That's my thing. If the internet goes down, or something, I still want to be able to watch stuff. So having DVDs and stuff makes sense to me still. But like I was saying, when I moved cross country the last not this last time, but the time before, I finally, after years of holding on, got rid of like 95% of my DVD cases and just recycled them. And then there are a few TV series that I have on DVD, a few movies I have on DVD, where the ones where I've kept the cases. It's a very small amount, but there are very few where I've kept the cases, either because they're like would be considered like a collector's item now because of how old the movie or TV series is, or it's because, you know, with each space I live in, how I organize and what am I able to fit and keep changes, and how I decorate changes. Which, if you go back and watch my old videos, you'll see with my old spaces how different they are from one to the next. So I'm like, well, there are times where I might want certain DVDs or whatever back in their cases and to have them on display. So that's my logic. That's my reasoning. So I'm actually going to end this tiny tidy since I tiny tidied. And then what I want to do, I don't want this to be too long, but I'm going to, once it's ended, go ahead and put these DVDs that I recently got from somebody in here. But I'm going to probably keep these cases, and that way, if I decide to get rid of the DVDs or the person who gave them to me wants them back, I can put them in their cases and give them back or whatever. Anyway, that's my tiny tidy. Thank you, my friends Jen and Colette from Celtic Glassy, for joining me. Thank you for everybody who watched. And like I said at the during my tidy, when I consider taking my duvet cover off to wash it, I'm putting that off, but I am gonna be getting a queen size duvet and duvet cover that will finally fit my bed. And I don't have to use my twin one anymore. I'm on my new queen size bed. So I'm very excited. So more room changes to come as I slowly, as money allows, and as, you know, I'm able to get things, change the room into what I want it to be. Keep in mind, I do live with chronic illness. I do live minimally. So, and, you know, I am venting, so I can't, so there are some things where I have to leave it. I can't change too much, but it is what it is. So we make our spaces work when you rent, and we live with how it is and change what we can to make it as homey as possible. So I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye! And be sure to check out the playlist. I will have it in my description. After this is done uploading, I will link in my description box. So it's just kind of how I do things because I'm scattered. Loves. Bye!